It's the first knockout round of the Europa League, and we are in the transfer window. Transfer deadline is going to be in this episode. What will happen? I'm not too sure. There's been lots of outs, lots of ins. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Maribor Save. I am Coach Left Foot and it is a pleasure to have you with me. We won't hang about, let's crack in straight to this episode. Well, that's what we're going to do. We are in the transfer window, but so far deals have happened. This is what has happened. We'll go to the outs first. I don't have to hide them anymore because it's all regen, so you're not going to know who anyone is. But this is what happened so far in January, starting with Bertin Atemi, a very good youngster we've got. 21 Cameroonian, already had 15 caps for Cameroon. He's gone on loan to AS Nancy. Now, he was getting pissed off. He wanted to go and join a bigger team that would come in for him, and I kept telling him, no, you're staying here. And then Nancy sort of put a cheeky loan bid in, and I was like, well, that'll shut him up for a while. So he's gone out on loan and he'll be looking to be in our first team when he's back next year. Along with that, we've got quite a few. Paul Diop, another one. David Marjanovic, the youngster who I had quite high hopes for. He's got quite decent stats, but he was just, nowhere near our first team. As you can see, only 4 appearances. It's a shame because he's Slovenian, but for 250k, he's moved on to Endi Gorica. Hopefully he'll have a fleeting career there and do well for them. Paul Diop, youngster, gone out on loan. Zan Selar has left. He's gone for 650k. A bit of a knockdown price. But again, just wasn't playing for us. I mean, there you go. This season, 0 appearances. Last season, 10. Didn't really have a big impact since his near £4 million move since he's been back. But he's now moved on. He's gone to Hajduk Split. I think he's done very well to be like 11.5 million throughout his career. He had, that was his best season, but he only played 1 game. His best season was probably this one here, 11 goals in 21 games. Never really hit the heights at Derby, scored 12 goals in 1 season, but his ratings were pretty poor. We bought him back, and now we've sold him on again, and he's got 1 goal in 1 game. So, fair play to him. Hopefully he can keep that up for Hajduk Split, but no longer with us. I mean, he's not dead, he's just moved clubs. Stoyanov, again, youngster going out on loan. Dobnik, youngster going out on loan. Andre Green has moved on for £1 million. Again, just a bit of deadwood. Wasn't really paying for us. Only 8 games this season. Had very good ratings, to be fair, but when they made a bid and I managed to negotiate him to 1 million, I was like, I'll take that. 13 million loss over 3 seasons isn't brilliant, but he just wasn't. I think, I don't know, maybe I'll regret that transfer, I'm not sure, but he wasn't really getting involved, and that's partly due to a formation change we've had and the formations we're using, and partly because the wingers we've got are just damn brilliant. Next one out, Andronecci. Stats-wise, pretty good. Value now that he's playing in Germany is skyrocketed, but again, we've taken a loss on him. It was a bit of a gamble bringing him in. For, what was that, 4 million we bought him in for. First season, really good. Then, couldn't get in the team. He just could not get in the team, and I don't want people hanging around. They're all on big wages as well. All these people that have gone. Zan Selar, okay, Marjanovic wasn't, but Zan Selar, Andre Green, Andronecci has gone. Other one, Kuki, again on a big wage, so he's now gone. We got 1 million for him from Ibar. We bought him on a free, 17 games. And then we moved him on. Never really scored. I think I covered this in the last one. Never really scored, lived up to the hype that I was hoping he would bring. And it's a shame, but he's gone. And all will be revealed why. Antonio Fatoni, a youngster we bought in on loan, never progressed. Never actually played for the senior team. Didn't have overall brilliant ratings for the B team. We got him in 240k. He's been released on a free transfer. Peter Stojanovic. This was an interesting one. I bought him on a free transfer. He played 10 games and got a contract extension, and then I released him on a free. He was okay, but again, it will come to light while he's been released on a free. We also had to pay him £1 million to release him on a free, which isn't brilliant. But I didn't want him there. He was on like a 30 grand a week wage, and it just was eating up money that I didn't want to spend that way. And then last but not least, Lucas Cesar, the striker that I bought in purely because he kept on scoring goals against me. I've sold him and I got 0.2 million profit, 200k profit. Again, never really featured. 12 goals in 9 games was phenomenal in that season. And then after that, 1 goal in 6 and none in 3 for the B team. So he's been shipped off to Strømsgodset, which I think is in Norway. It is in Norway, yeah. So he's now gone to Norway and is not even their key player. But on to the exciting bit, on to the in transfers. Obviously, the last one we made was Santiago Lopez, which for 1.5 to 1.7 million seems like quite a bargain. But we have, which order shall I do these? Right. Phil Coates has joined us. We'll go bottom to top. So Phil Coates has joined us. Primarily a right winger. I'm going to be playing him as a complete wing back on the right. Now, I went through the squad and found out what positions I think we needed, like more options or slightly different options in what to play and where to play players. So this guy jumped out at me. I thought, 5.25 million. Not a bad bit of business if we get him in. He's got good stats. Going forward, he's got good stats. Crossing 14, dribbling 12, first touch 13, technique 15, work rate's good. Teamwork's good, work rate's decent, good determination, can make a decent decision, good pace, good acceleration, good basically on the ball as a flying fullback. So that's why I've brought him in, because that's what we play with, especially on the right hand side. Now, this not means he's going to be promoted above Lucas Gleesing straight away, but Lucas Gleesing is much more defensive. So now I have 2 options. I have an attacking fullback and I have one that prefers to be slightly more defensive that we can use against bigger clubs. Next up, Ricardo Peñaranda probably. That's what we'll go with. 27-year-old Bolivian. He's on quite a big wage for us. He came in for £8 million. He had this last season was pretty good and he'd started this season quite well at Flamengo. Our scouts found him and said he was going to be brilliant. I looked at his stats and thought, yes, that's a centre-back for me. Look at that. Strength, fitness, pace, agility, decisions, concentration's pretty decent. Positioning's really good so he can keep up with people off the ball. A good leader at the back. Marking's good, tackling's good, heading's good. And he's 6 foot, so he's not the tallest, but he's pretty tall as well. And I just think he's going to be very good for us. Stats-wise, not brilliant, but he is going to be very, very good for us, I think. He's going to be a good, solid rock at the back. And the fact he's 27, he might not want to move on too quickly and help us progress in Europe. And that's ideally what we want at this moment in time. And then last but not least, third in, Joseph Mustafa joined for 7.5 million from Chelsea. And I thought, wow, 24 years old. Again, pretty big wage, 30k. He's not breaking the bank for us. Gives us a slightly different option, is that he likes to play as an advanced playmaker. Luis Carlos and Santiago Lopez prefer to be a deep line playmaker on defend, and Joseph Mustafa likes to be an advanced playmaker on support or on attack. So if we look at him in the attacking role, his stats are pretty damn good for it. Passing decent, decisions are good, composure's a bit low, but generally good determination, great work, great vision and teamwork. First touch is good, dribbling's good, pace is good, acceleration. He's all round. He's generally an all round good centre midfielder. Never really got a massive chance at Chelsea. He had his one breakthrough sort of season at Derby, scoring 3 goals, getting 6 assists in 35 games. 13 games for Chelsea the next season, but only featured in 1 this season, which I'm pretty sure was a sub, if I remember rightly, in the league. Yeah, it was. And got a 6.5. But I think for us, in that, to give us that option in midfield, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're looking at the squad. I've also called back some people from loan. Ioba Masilla, Moroccan centre forward, can play on the right wing. I want to give him a go. Selge took him on loan and haven't actually played in this year. Last year he scored 6 in 18 and before that 12 in 26. He's been in Slovenia for quite a while. I want to give him a go in the league and see how he does. The other one we've bought back from loan is Djiby Diallo. Again, a centre midfielder, but really good potential, really good stats already building up to it. And I think he's going to turn into a bit of a beast, to be honest. And I'm confident that when we play him, he'll do well. I mean, last year, for the B team, 2 goals in 22 games, but averaged a 7, which for the computer is pretty good. And as you can see, absolutely bossed it when he played back in Senegal. So we've called those guys back off loan as well. And this is how our squad looks at the moment. Sam Left Foot is something I want to report on because he is actually getting better and his potential rating has he's gained this black star. I don't think it was ever there before. Let me know in the comments if you think it was. But I thought he was 1.5 current and 3-star potential, but now it's gone black, and I'm hoping it's because we're giving him a bit of game time this season. Actually, 7 assists in 10 games in the league. When he's played, he's done very well for the senior team. And I'm going to be biased because he's my boy, but he's doing very well. He's doing very, very well for us when he comes on and plays. The other people that you'll see in here that aren't at the club anymore are people that when their loan moves are up, they're going to get a chance in the club as well next year. Christian Garber, we're going to see how he does. He's become a bit of a, well, last year a bit of a first teamer at NK Celtic, going 14 in 24. This season, been a little bit slower for them, but I think, yeah, he'll probably get a chance up front at some point next season. Burton Ateme, we've already covered. He's going to be very good in centre midfield. And Alex NZ is... I took a bit of a punt on him. We paid, how much paid for him? 6.75k, so hardly anything. Spent, well, 3 seasons on loan at MK Domzale. I don't know why it's showing the top one twice. But yeah, he's done alright for them. He's averaging alright. Been a bit of a squad rotation player. But yeah, I think, again, he could turn into something that could be very useful for us. And I feel our squad has got a bit more of a better balance about it now. We do possibly need another right winger. Hadji's the only out-and-out one we've got. Obviously, Coates can play there and Msilla can play there. But we might be looking at that. If we go to the transfers, we have one arranged, which is Aitama is joining us on a free at the end on a Bosman ruling from Benfica. And boy, does he look good. I know he's a left winger. He will reduce Sam Leftfoot's chances of playing, but boy, is he good. Pace, acceleration, stamina, crossing, dribbling, work rate. He's only 26 as well. I think he's going to be absolutely phenomenal for us. I mean, when he's played last year, he did very well for them. And he's played pretty well in Brazil as well when he was there. So I think for someone that Benfica bought for 14 million for us to get on a free transfer is pretty damn good. I'm happy, and hopefully he'll be able to impress as much as we want. We're scouting a few other people, and we're looking to bring in a new assistant manager. Henrik Pedersen is the guy I'm going for. He's got much better overall stats of what I want from an assistant, and I like my assistant. I think he's been very good. Nikica something or other. Novisa Nikicevic is his name. Again, pretty decent, but Pedersen's just that little step up. He just gives us that slightly better judgment of the players, definitely, and he gives a bit more of an overall training like structure rather than just attacking, which is what this guy does. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Pedersen's coming on a much bigger wage. What I'm hoping is that this guy will go, and then I'll leave it like 6 months and try and get him a job as a coach, and hopefully he'll come back. But yeah, so that's where we stand at the squad at the moment. As I said, it is deadline day tomorrow, so we're going to play Ajax away in the Europa League first round knockout, and then we're going to go on to the transfer window and just see if anything happens, and we'll play through it. I'm not expecting too much to happen, but you never know, because a certain LZ90 is on the transfer list, so it could be interesting. But let me know down below what you think of the signings that I've made and the players I've let go. Do you think any of them were a mistake? I know one of my viewers will be very happy that Andre Green's gone because he really didn't rate him at all. But I'm very excited about Penarada. He's had, where is it? No, he hasn't played for us yet. But he looks very good. Looks like he'll be decent. Obviously, he hasn't played for us, Dave. We're in the winter break, aren't we? So none of them would have played for us. Mustafa, again, very happy with him. I think he looks absolutely amazing. Before we play the game, quick look at the schedule. Obviously, we lost to FC Porto 2-0. After that, we beat Radomils 1-0, and then we lost to Kursico 1-0, which was very disappointing. Takakis got sent off again in the 51st minute. But we changed the team up. As you can see, we played Gerber. Left foot started. Stojanovic played his last game for the club. Even Kleld started. Kuki was there. So we mixed it up a bit. Then we went on a nice little tour of China. We beat Guangzhou Everglade 4-1 with some pretty good goal scorers. As you can see, Penaranda Ricardo. That's what he's going to be called. There we go. Let's just make this easier for me. Ricardo. There we go, done. Ricardo scored a couple of goals in them, which is pretty good to see. Cardos has hit a bit of form. Sam Leftfoot got a goal as well. The last 3 weren't against the hardest oppositions, but we used them to try out tactics, so we're trialling some things that try and get the best out of our players position-wise. We've also gone for a variation of the 4-1-2-3 where someone pushes up here, but we'll cover this if we ever use them. And then we've got obviously our basic go-to formation that I've been using pretty much throughout the whole save. I know I dabbled with 3 at the back at one point, but yeah, we've always come back to this formation. So right, I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to get on, because I've been chatting for 14 minutes already. We're going to get on and play Ajax in our first leg of the knockout round of the Europa League. So I'll see you right there. Away in the Ajax Arena in Amsterdam, this is how we line up. Big Mac's in goal. Unfortunately, we've got a shortage of right backs because I got rid of Stojanovic and Lucas Gleesing is suspended. So Pavlin starts at right back. Ricardo and Camargo are the centre back. Sorry, they're the centre defenders. Landers starts at left back. Luis, Carlos, Lopez, and Mustafa are the midfield 3. And we might rotate those people around just to see how they do. As you can see, they've now changed from centre midfielders to the playmakers they want to be. Hadji on the right, Sogodogo on the left, and Cardos up front. On the bench, we have Hamsbergovic, Blazic, Lovric, Spudic, Hasby, Tapia, and Gerber. They line up in a very similar looking formation. They're going to have a right attacking fullback of Macarena, Fonseca in the middle alongside Eating, Koemans, I think that would be at left back, Visayas in goal. De Graaf, Zebli, and De Gouge are on there. Priofit, Van Uwich, and Sonogo make their sort of front 3. On their bench they have Mureren, Zrakos, Vassenaar, Katzberg, De Bass, Verder and Klingent. And all I've got from that is that I hope they don't have much of the ball, because I cannot pronounce any of those names. So we're starting the match, it's underway, and we are going to try and attack them from the off. Let's see if we can get an away goal and see what we can do, as Pavlin is beaten straight away on the outside. But that's an easy catch for Big Mac in the first 18 minutes. That'll do his confidence a world of good. So something I'm going to try going from now until the end of the season is I think I'm going to have 2 sort of squads. We're going to have one that will play generally in the Europa League, which will be similar to this, be all the best players basically having the club. Good save from Big Mac there, came out and claimed it well, which will be all our more senior players, let's say. But in the league, where we dick the league every year, don't we? We absolutely win it at a canter most seasons. I'm going to start playing some of the youngsters to see if they can maximise their potential and see how we do. As Hadji shoots wide, it was pretty lame. But yeah, so the people like Tapia is going to play nearly every single game from now on in the league. We'll give Landers a game here and there to keep his fitness up, to keep his match fitness up. But I just think it's better to use the league in that sort of situation where give him a go. Let's play him, you know, Sam left foot and left wing, and yeah, Tapia behind him. The younger centre backs in the middle. The centre midfielders that we've got, like Diallo, the guy who called back on loan, and play with that as we come forward. Carlos into Hadji's in again, shoots. Segodo's there on the rebound, and we get our away goal. And that is exactly what we needed in this game. And it's come relatively early after 15 minutes. And as I said, we got knocked out of the Champions League, so I make us one of the favourites for this competition. I think our biggest rival is like Inter Milan, probably, I think Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool are in it. Liverpool, Inter, and maybe someone like Southampton are probably our biggest rivals, as Cardos puts in Hadji, and he shoots. The keeper makes an interesting save. It comes to Segodo on his right foot. Toe pokes it home. 1-0 to NK Maribor, and it's a fantastic start to the game. As Sonogo lines up a free kick, it flies over. I'm not too sure where Big Mac was going during that free kick, but we're 1-0 up, and I will take that as the start to the game, as Camargo picks it up. Back to Big Mac. Long ball forward, looking for Cardos, but Fonseca beats him in the air. Gudelji, good ball over the top, Sonogo, Big Mac, what a save. He came out very quickly. He is someone I was looking to replace in the winter window, and we haven't found well, I found a very good goalkeeper who then decided to not move to me because he wanted £110,000 a week, as Pavlin is in behind, but his cross was a bit poor, where he's normally a centre-back and not a right-back. Lopez, back to Pavlin. It's a foul on Lopez by Gudelj, and it's going to be Hadji to swing this in. Looks for the back post, but doesn't quite get there. Mustafa's going to have to put Profiet under pressure. Van Uwijk brings it forward. Can Ajax hits on the counter? They can't. Landers with an absolutely fantastic tackle. Segodo looking for Hadji. First time ball into Cardos. Here we come at them again. Back to Lopez. Mustafa. Back to Lopez again. Out to Landers. He's got a bit of space. He's looking for Segodo, but it's cleared by De Graaf. And I can just get my breath back for a while, I think. So yeah, let me know down below, what do you think about the signings I've made and the people I've let go, and then also what do you think about not playing my strongest 11 in the league games because I want to give the youngsters a go. As Hadji flicks on a near post cross from Pavlin, and the centre back come right back, put a lovely cross in, and Hadji, I looked like it was a little flick back header, and we've got 2 away goals, and hopefully that means we're definitely looking pretty strong in this tie, as it was. Hadji with a nice little deft header. Goalkeeper was nowhere to be seen, and yeah, that puts us in a commanding position for this whole knockout round, to be honest. And I just want to avoid Liverpool and Inter until the real late stages, so we can get that coefficient up. Because that's something else I've looked at, is our coefficient isn't the best at the moment. We're staying in 11th position. I'm going to just change him to a fullback on support, just so that he doesn't feel like he has to push up as much. Yeah, we're not changing position at the moment, which is fine, but when you're not changing position, you're not moving forward, are you? You're going backwards, and we need to get that coefficient up. So while I want to play the big teams and beat them, obviously, I want to play them in the later rounds so that we can get as many coefficient points as possible. As Liverpool are currently losing, which is interesting. Liverpool, Tottenham are in this competition as well, so that will be a big game. Milan, there's some big teams still in there. Juventus are in it. Oh, bloody hell. Napoli, yeah, there are some big teams still in there. As Lopez comes forward into Cardos, looking for Hadji again. He's in, and Vizzy makes a save. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change this to counter and see. I'm actually going to change it to counter flexible and see what that does. I don't want us to completely give up our tactic and give up the ghost or drop too deep, because it's only a 2-0 lead, and 1 goal for them would get them back into it. As Van Uyck looks to turn, Luis Carlos with a good tackle and then beats Koemans. Long ball forward to Cardos. There's a bit of space for Soda Godo, and he finds him. What can he do here? Runs at the defence into Lopez. This is good, holding up the play, and Gudelj makes a good tackle. I think Lopez was looking for the right back position to make a run, and he just didn't because I've changed his settings. So I think what we're going to do is we'll put him back to the complete win back he was on attack. I just think Lopez looked a little bit lost with the ball in there. He looked like he was looking for an out ball on the wing, and there was no one there because Hadji had cut in as the inside forward, and Pavlin wasn't pushing up anymore. As Cardos holds on to it into Pavlin. What can he do? Don't lose it there. Into Lopez's feet. A good little pass, actually. Back to Pavlin. First time to Carlos. Round the corner to Hadji. Mustafa couldn't thread it through to Carlos, and Camargo picks it up. Ricardo. Lopez. Oh, it's poor, and De Graaf will bring it away, and he gives it to Van Uyck, sorry. Comes down the left wing, and this looks like it could have goal over it. What a block from Camargo at the near post. Big Mac was never getting that, and that was a really, really good block as Mustafa heads it away for a corner. And this will surely be the last attack of the first half as Van Uyck puts it in, looking for profit. It's headed away by Mustafi, and that is a game where it says we've been dominating and they are powerless to stop Hadji. So we're going to go back to the control because the counter didn't appear to work. It just seemed to put us under a bit more pressure. Mustafa is looking a little bit tired, so we'll keep an eye on that. I think as it is though, I'm not really going to change anything. I don't like both fullbacks being booked, but not much we can do at the moment. I'm going to tell them I'm happy with that. Keep it going, because why would you want them to change how they're playing when we're 2-0 up away in Amsterdam? But Landers, up the line to Soga Dogo. What? Why do I still struggle with his name? Hadji is tackled, and that will probably be the end of that highlight because it's the opening highlight. As Ricardo picks it up all the way back to Big Mac, a big hoof forward, and it is ended there. So, yeah, it's been a very good start to the game. Could be a longer episode this, I'm not too sure. I'm sort of just chatting all the way through the game, and we had the transfer window as well, so, or the transfer window roundup, and we'll play until tomorrow and take part in deadline day. As I said, I'm not expecting us to be very busy and not expecting anything to happen. We'll see if we get any major injuries in this game, but I'm pretty certain we're not going to. Hadji with a corner in, goalkeeper claims very well VC, and it's sort of ticking down. We've got a bit more possession than they do. Sonogo flicks it on to absolutely no one because he's very isolated, and Landers is holding on to the ball a bit much all the way back to Big Mac, which should just let us reset. Hopefully we can build from the back, but he's gone forward and Zebil has picked it up. They've gone to a 4-3-3, so I'm not too sure how we can counter that. We might try the counter-attacking formation again as Santiago Lopez has given away a foul and he's picked up a yellow card, which is very, very stupid of him. And they've taken it quickly and short, and they're playing it around. Katzberg back to Eating, looking there, but Hadji intercepts well. Back to Gudelj, or Gudelji, I don't know how you pronounce that. Koemans into Gudelj again. We'll go with Gudelj. Hadji robs him. He's put a lovely ball through to Cardos. Can we hit them on the break? Cardos is in. He does not miss them. Into the corner of the net. 14th goal of the season. 3-0. I would call this the tie is over. I would call it as the tie is over. Cardos runs in behind. It was absolutely superb. We're going to see if they're going to stick with that attacking formation, because I think we can play counter-attacking, as Cardos absolutely leathers it into the top corner. And that's what we're capable of. Fonseca loses out in the header. It's headed away. Macarena picks it up. Sonogo, De Graaf, shoots, blocked. Landers clears. And we hold on. And I'm just going to look to see how Mustafa is tired. He's on a 7.10, but he is tired. So we're going to bring on the Spud, Sasso Spudic. He's going to sit there, and Luis Carlos can play next to Lopez in his more favoured position of centre midfield. As Koeman's picked this up. Again, there's just under half an hour to go. Clocking into 20 minutes. So we might just try that again and go to counter and flexible. As Big Max makes the save. They'll be keen for the clean sheet. I know the boys were. They will get a nice little bonus for it. So, yeah, it's good to see us playing this well, actually. Landers has gone to 44%, so I don't really want to risk him. So we can get Tapia on. I know he's on the bench. But really, it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I don't need to make any more changes. We haven't got a game in between this one and the next one. We've got a week off before the second leg, so we don't have to worry too much about fitness. But when you're getting players that are down to like 44% because they picked up a knock, and Mustafa, whose first competitive game for the club, and he was on like 67 or 62 or something, I think it's just worth taking him off to avoid getting those injuries. And the subs have been made. There we go. Tapia and Spudic are both on the pitch now. So we'll just keep an eye on this. Time's ticking down. Not much is happening. We're letting them into the game a little bit more. You can tell from their shot counter going up to 12. Oh, Big Mac tipped it over the bar. Again, we just don't seem to like playing on the counter, do we? We don't seem to like having this extra pressure on us. We seem to give a few more opportunities away, which I guess you would, as Big Mac makes a fantastic save, and Tapia brings it away, finds Sogodogo. He's tackled by De Graaf. We're into the last 5, so let's make our last substitution and give someone a run out. Who have we got? Blazic hasn't played too much, so Lopez is doing the weaker out the 2. We'll swap those round. Yeah, I would love to sign Dino Blazic on a free. Obviously, I'd love to sign him on a free. I'd love to sign him on a permanent deal. But it's... I find that I'm not playing him as much because he's on loan. I think if he was our player, he would be starting every single game. But where he's not, Carlos fires a free kick just over. Where he's not actually our player, I'm not... He rarely starts. He rarely starts. Yeah, he's one of the highest rated players at the club, which is probably my fault. But we'll see, as Haji's in, looking for Sogodogo to do a 1-2, but couldn't pull it off. Pavlin picks up the clearance. Luis Carlos, back to Haji, surely back to Pavlin. It does, it goes back to Pavlin. He cuts in field, done on a nice little run here, Jaka Pavlin. Jaka Pavlin, he probably shoots with his left foot, which would have been very, very poor. And there we go, full time, 3-0. What a win, and what a dominant performance as well. I don't quite agree with the tags that we were underdogs. But yeah, it's good. Oh my god, 14 goals he scored. He's quite handy. 21-year-old. We'll see if he fancies a move to NK Maribor. Probably not, but we'll see. So we've got 48 bits of news. I've been scouting lots and lots of people. I normally do the press conferences, but I'm not going to because I want to crack on with the episode. We'll give you a big pay rise. No, we won't. Whoa, playing cup games this season. No, I'm going to take that off as well. I will send you on... Yeah, you're happy to move anyway, so that's fine. That was quick. We'll negotiate your contract. This is a youngster that I'm looking at bringing in. Again, a bit of a stab in the dark. It's only 70k, so we'll see how he turns out. Let's give you £250 a week and see if you like that. 4.8k. Well, you're definitely not having that. You're definitely not getting paid, although you're not going to really play 15 games away. 4.8k. That is monumentally steep. We've got the money, but... No, fine. Fuck off then. I don't want you. Sverre Sigurdsson looks pretty decent. We're going to... I thought I'd already scouted him. That's only why I bid for them. But he's got someone else going for him. There is no way Terek Grozny are going to offer him 4k a week. I'm sorry. That's ludicrous that he wants that. And then we're scouting a few other people. So I'm just going to see... So 3.5 forward pass potential. Centre midfielder. 21 years old, not too sure he's better than what we've already got. 26-year-old Norwegian, good signing, Lockberg, but again, centre midfielder, not better than what we've got. Schmid as a left winger. No, not going to sign him. Aha, right. Paulo, 27-year-old centre-back. Could be asking for quite a bit of wage. We could get him on a free transfer. He could be worth it. He could be worth it. Let's see what he wants. He's not... No, wow. No, he's not worth it because he doesn't want to move to us. We're also scouting this guy called Radford. Paul Radford. Again, we could get him on a free. Extremely interested in a transfer. Seems to be a good all-round player. Can play as a complete forward, which is what we use. Let's see what sort of wage. No, I'm going to take that off. And you want to be a backup. Okay. Yeah, you're happy to negotiate as a backup. So let's see. We'll give you a 3-year contract. You're on 14k, so let's just match. In fact, let's see if you take a pay cut to join us. 12.5. Right, okay. That I've clearly massively overpaying him, but if we can get him in as a backup for 12.5k a month, we'll go for it. Tenochi, again, I'm scouting people that are obviously free on Bosman's. Another striker. I just gave a big speech about how I want to give youth team players a go. He does offer us something different. He's already on 30k. I can't imagine he's going to want to take... Yeah, I can't imagine he was going to want to take a pay cut to join us. Michel Dudek, 24-year-old holding midfielder, which is something else we do need. Okay, he prefers to be a playmaker in those positions. What are his stats for a halfback? Pretty poor at heading. He is a bit of a midge. Good balance, though. Good stats all round other than that. He's only on 9.5k. How's he been playing? Not brilliantly. And he also didn't do very well in the French league, which is where the sort of league we want to be aiming at, really. We want to be aiming at League One, French League One. I'm not sure. He's still being scouted, so let me know what you think about Michel Dudek. Is it worth a go for him? I mean, current ability and potential ability are both pretty good. We'll have to see what he says. Some doubts, maybe not worth tracking the player. Cespedes, right winger. Again, I think he's brilliant. He is 29, and he's on 20.5k. He's been pretty decent everywhere he's been. French League One. Wow. Okay, not that good actually. Pretty good. Oh, for Benfica B is where he's had his best season recently. Should we see if he wants to move to us? He does want to move to us. He wants to be a key player. Let's knock your wage down to 18 because Hadji is getting on a bit. So okay, you want 22. So he's still not taking a wage cut. I'd prefer if you're going to move here. Let's take a wage cut, shall we? Come on. Come on. I'm going to keep egging you down. Do that 18.75 again. I'm going to offer you 18 point... I'm going to offer you 19. Take it or leave it. He's getting rid of all of his extra bonuses and stuff. And then we're going to lower your agent fee. There you go. You're happy with 19k. So we're going to go for it, but we can cancel it. We can cancel it. He's still being scouted, so if it turns out the scout's going to be horrendous, we can do that. Ronaldo Vieira is someone we're also scouting. I don't want Ronaldo Vieira. That's fine. He's obviously just been scouted. Lepikov doesn't have enough potential for me. Neither does Pierre Mangjon. We've got quite a lot to go through here, so I might not go through them all right. No. Oh, hello. Hello indeed. Dominic Deutschmann, which is funny because that does mean German man, I think. Yes, you're quite good. You're another centre midfielder. Okay. Are you wanting to move to us? You want to play... Let's get rid of that. You're happy to be a backup. No, you're not. So we'll remove that and change that to squad rotation. You're more than happy to be a squad rotation player. None of these players are negotiating first. You're already on 12k. Will you take a pay cut? I bet you won't. Oh my god, you have as well. Brilliant. I am not very good at these contract negotiations. Abazi, no. Recognise the name? Nicholas Locosiano Bacola Coca-Cola. 30 years old. Do we get him back on a free? Do we get him back on a free? A player we lost for 14.5 million who's been playing very well in Germany. Oh, no, he's not interested at the moment. I will add him to our shortlist though. Said, not good enough. Passamano, 28 years old. No, I don't really want another centre midfielder. Maylen, 24. Could be alright. Don't need any more strikers. Fabre striker. Right wing, Isaac Pereira. Again, no, he's not better than the other guy we're already going for. Bruzono, he looks very handy. Again, another centre midfielder. I love centre midfielders. Would you actually want to move to us? No, you don't, so that's that. Yes, I've looked at this guy before, Kolonasic, and he comes very highly rated by the scouts. And he's done all right for Shakhtar. He's done more than all right. He's never really had a bad season. Do you want to move? You want to be a first team? If I change that to rotation, doubtful. Okay, there's potential here that I'm bringing on a lot of. I'm bringing in a lot of people. He's injured until April. That's all right. He's going to be signing after April. But is he injury prone? Yes, it looks like he is. Look at all these injuries. So it's 4 injuries this season, 2 the season before. Oh, so he could be quite injury prone. But again, likes to play as a complete forward. Offers something different. I've just not gone into that. Have I? Approach the sign. There we go. So 3-year deal. You want 48? I can't pay you that. Let's offer you a pittance. You want 40 grand? Let's offer you a pittance. 39. So he is coming down and taking a pay cut. 25. How about that? And a 1 million signing on fee. Oh, he's going to play hardball, isn't he? 26. 36. Well, I'm going to give you a take it or leave it offer at 28. So, nope, he doesn't want to come. I'm not going to pay him more than that. So, Christian Zeca also looks very good. 26-year-old left midfielder. So that could give us a bit more quality out there. Again, it would hinder Sam Leftfoot's progress, but we could send Sam Leftfoot out on loan somewhere. He's had a good game, or a good season for Dortmund too. Did alright at Lazio actually when he was on loan for a lot of money. Moved for 25 million to Dortmund. So, yeah, you want to be a first team player as an attacking midfield left as a winger. Let's remove that. Are you still happy? Yes, you are. Let's see what you want again. Wants me to go first. 40 grand existing contract. So, again, we'll start very, very low and see what he says. Wow, he's coming in and said this is exactly what he wants straight away. So, we're going to remove that. Let's see if we can get him on 30 and 1.2. No, we can't. Okay, that's what makes negotiations easier here. Dansk, he looks pretty decent. I don't think he's on a free. No, he's not, which is a shame. Tuan Zabi, not good enough. Ryan Gould, not good enough. Coutinho is someone I was looking at getting in as just a sort of tutor, really. 300k. He is going out of contract, but he'll want a shitload. It'll be easy to get him when he's actually on a free transfer. These people aren't good enough. Jordan Pickford is, again, someone I was looking at getting in, but I don't think it's going to happen. Dybala has absolutely no interest in joining us, which is a shame because he's still very good at 35. Hopewell doesn't want to join us either, which again is a shame because he's very good. Bell, Jacob Bell, what do you think about this guy? Maybe we could get him in. 13.75 million. He's on 53k, so I don't think we're going to be able to. What do they want? They want 4.8 million. That seems a bargain for someone that's valued at 13.75. Let's see if we can do 2.3 out front, and then after 48 months, we'll give you another 2.3. Yep, there you go. They're happy with that. So we'll see what contract he wants. Steve Burton, not good enough. We're getting to the end of these now. Ills is looking very, very good. No interest in loan, no intention of joining permanently. But that's definitely someone to keep an eye on, is he? Yeah, we'll add to shortlisting definitely. Fernando Jose has no interest in moving to us either. Van Hoeven has no interest in moving to us either. And Argunason doesn't, well, not really rated very highly. Sveinson, not rated highly. Sigurdsson, not rated highly. And Cena, this is the guy that I want. Now that I've seen him, this is the guy I want. We're going to see if we can nab him. I know he's got no interest at the moment, but we'll see if we can nab him at some point in the save. So we tick down to the last few hours of the transfer window. Jacob Bell, you're extremely interested to be a rotation player, so there's no way I'm going to offer you key player anyway. Again, another winger in. We could be overloading ourselves with wingers here. Let's see what we want. £71,000. I don't think so, mate. You can go for 15 million, but we ain't paying you that. We ain't paying you that. 29. 31. That's the most I can offer. All of that is the most I can offer you. No, brilliant. He's not coming. So it looks like it's going to be a very quiet deadline day. And I'm sorry, well, do I apologise this is a longer episode? I don't know if you guys like the longer episodes. But we are ticking down. And yeah, this is the guy that I was going to try and buy. He's moved to Grozny, and they're paying him. Oh well, they are nearly paying him £4,000 a week actually. 69k they got him for. It could prove to be a bit of a bargain for them. Yeah, look at that possible potential ability. Keep on scouting him until full knowledge. So we're going to get Paul Radford at the end of his contract. Yeah, why not? Let's get all these people in. Deutschmann joining at the end of his contract. And Caspades as well. All taking a wage cut to come and join us, which I'm quite happy about. It's very strange when things like that happen. So there you go. We've got some potential things in. If we buy now, how much do they want? 1.1. No. How much do you want for him? 1.3. And Caspades, 1.1. No, we will wait until the beginning of next season for them to get them in. Lots of scout reports in again. It's always possible. We'll have to see what happens as we tick down to the end of the window. There we go. The window has happened. Lots of people are being scouted. Finch is scouting him. Good. I'm glad we're getting him in. He looks like he's going to be awesome. And there we go. Transfer deadline's done. The quick roundup. So we bought him for 7.5. We bought him for 8, and we bought him for 5.25. We dominate it again, unsurprisingly. But, right, we're going to leave the episode there. As I said, it has been a slightly longer one, so thank you very much for sticking with me. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the transfer signings, the people we now arranged for next season to come in, and the players I let go, and what you think about the tactic of playing the youngsters in the league and leaving the senior guys to play a bit more in the Europa League, whilst trying to keep everybody happy. A good 3-0 win against Ajax. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you guys in a bit. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you're new, please subscribe if you want more Football Manager content. I'm out of here. Cheers.